Just when you thought this series couldn't get any crazier, it did. Oh my God, this has been a great one. All right. Holy crap. Game 4 in the books. Taylor Swift in the building. Jonik Vajovic still sticking out his tongue. We'll see. But we'll break this one down. This one was fun. Let's have some fun about it right now. This is Teal Town After Dark, Stanley Cup Final Edition. Good evening, everyone. It is June 12th, 2025, and my goodness gracious, what a game 4 this was. Welcome to Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks. Whoa. Oh, that's been too. Oh, crap. Here, can we try this again? Good evening, everyone. It's June 12th, 2025. We're a little rusty, can't you tell? And welcome to Stanley Cup After Dark here on Teal Town, USA. If you want to be part of the show, by all means, do us a favor. Chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world, including all of us in Sharks territory, on the YouTube page or the app. If you want to follow us on the social, do so. And of course, you can find everything at tealtownusa.com. If you want to support the pod, hit Venmo up at tealtownusa. Or if you're watching us live, you can do so in the Super Chat. So with that, I say hello to Felix Chow. What up, bud? What a game this was.
Yeah, this is again, like I think I said it the last time I was on. This is going to be a hell of a series, and I look if Florida had taken this one, I would have been a little disappointed and a little worried for the folks in Edmonton, but um, they obviously proved that they could fight back, and fight back they did, and yeah, we got a fun one, folks.
Yeah, this is just incredible of a game. It didn't look like it. It really did not look like it from the get-go. That first period, it seemed like it was all Florida, Felix. I mean, you had Kachuk with 2 power play goals because the Oilers again get into penalty trouble, and then you have Anton Lundell with under a minute, just another backbreaker to make it 3-0 after one period of play, and you're thinking, oh shoot, they're carrying the momentum again. Edmonton continues to do their best Sharks impersonation and can't stay out of the box.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, but like after that, admittedly, I like started watching only part way when because I was busy with other stuff. But after that period, I was like, oh boy, is this like obviously there's still like 40 more periods to go after that period. But I was like, is this it? Like this isn't the last we've seen with Edmonton, hopefully, no. And then of course, yeah, so. But yeah, that period certainly was worrying for Oilers fans.
Yeah, it's just insane, and you have to think, Stuart Skinner having a tough one there. As we were mentioning, during intermission of going into overtime, didn't seem like all of those were his fault, but definitely didn't help things. His defense didn't help things, but he didn't help himself either.
Yeah, I mean, look, could he have made some of those saves? Maybe, sure, you can probably argue. But look, we've said this time and time again, whether it's just the NHL or like our own the Sharks, like you got to stay out of the box, like especially against Florida. Like this is a team that the weapons that they have. That they will hunt pucks, they will pressure you, they will find ways to force turnovers and outwork you, and they have the skill to put the puck in the back of the net, obviously. So yeah, you they had to stay out of the box, and unfortunately, they did not do that.
Yeah, no, bad penalties, including one from Evander Kane, which kind of got him demoted to the fourth line for the rest of the, for pretty much the rest of the night. Uh, and 3-0 that pretty much gave Stuart Skinner his the rest of the night off. In comes Calvin Picker, which, you know, kudos to the Oilers. I mean, I think there are many of us, and I know AJ's been on this a little bit about how do you not try and improve your goaltender with like freaking Blackwood in there. It just seemed like that. Just seemed like an inevitable move. But Pickard comes in. He's been played a hell of a series for, or not a hell of a playoffs, and just been phenomenal. And gave them those timely saves to begin the comeback and not let it just fall apart.
Yeah, I it's interesting, right? Because and Ian's mentioned this a whole bunch of times just for goaltending in general. The goaltending is just such to me it's just such a dare I say hot and cold position. Like one one moment or one game you're having the best night of your life, in your career, whatever. And then the next you can't stop a beach ball, or your defense isn't helping you out enough, and they leave you hanging. But yeah, it's just, but no, for Pickard to come in there and do what he did tonight, obviously, you know, this was a good night for him.
Yeah. Uh, Make sure you're talking to Mike.
Oh
You
yeah,
sound a little
my bad.
echoey. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, good. Uh, but then next thing you know, they start the comeback. Ryan Nugent Hopkins with the power play goal from Draisaitl McDavid. That starts getting things going. You definitely saw the momentum shift there. They weren't getting anything right after that, but they were coming and everything.
yeah, and like we've seen it, we see it again with this Panthers team. Like it, if it doesn't come, at the response shift, it builds, right? It layers itself, and so when you have momentum after momentum after momentum, eventually, the other side's gonna crack, and the cue to come back.
Yeah, and comeback it did. Darnell Nurse with a great shot. I mean, I think
Yeah,
Bobrovsky went down a little bit early, left
yeah,
exposed top shelf, but that made it 3-2. They're still showing the celebration out in outside in Edmonton. That's just crazy. Um, but then out of nowhere, Vasily Podkolzin ties it up just about roughly 2.5 minutes later to make it 3-3. And I was not expecting this, especially after how game three went.
yeah. I look for me. Props for. I'm sure something was said in the locker room because props for them to for getting it together. And I don't. Did the Oilers take any penalties if at all? Like after the first period? 'Cause I don't have
Uh,
the game sheet up.
there was that elbowing call late in the second period
Right.
against
Okay.
Forsling after that questionable no call
Mm,
on Bouchard, or that was by the. Let me try that.
yeah.
It was a Verhage no call as he hit Bouchard in the number.
Right.
Uh,
Right. But yeah. No. After I mean. So like that's basically my point. Like props to Edmonton for staying out of the box. Aside from that, like this is like we talked about staying out of the box, obviously. And when you don't hand, the Panthers opportunities on a platter, you actually can get the puck more. And when you have the puck more, and you can actually learn and do things with it, you know, good things happen. So yeah, that's kind of what we saw happen.
yeah, and you see 3-3. They head into third. Nothing goes on there until about 6 minutes to go, was it? Yeah, about 6.5 minutes ago. Former Shark Jake Wallman with a beautiful one timer. I think he kind of fanned on it a little bit, but it still beat Bobrovsky to give
Uh,
Edmonton a 4-3 lead.
That was a hell of a shot.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, obviously he was left alone on that right flank, but like, what a shot that was.
I mean, great shot. Bobrovsky, I think, was coming out a little too much to challenge it, but nonetheless, it still beats him 4-3. I think we were all getting ready to hit record on this show, and then you know Florida was going to find a way. You just knew they were going to do something, and sure enough, they did. Sam Reinhart gets a loose puck. I thought if that puck curls the other way, it stays out of the net, but it curls in. Game tied with about 19.5 seconds left, and of course, this game is going in
Yeah,
overtime.
I mean, this is what the Panthers do. Like, like from watching this team, I've learned that it doesn't matter what time of the game it is, what portion of the game it is, they will hunt pucks. They will play like it is the last minute of the period of the series of the game, whatever. Like they will play hard, and wear you out, and yeah, I mean that kind of tells itself.
BHC saying "Old Man Bob" is remarkable at his craft. I'll say that. Give kudos to Calvin Pickard. 22 saves on 23 shots. He would go to 7-0 in this postseason thanks to Leon Draisaitl. I if you look at the replay, I mean, a great cross ice pass,
Yeah, fantastic cross ice pass.
and he's trying to I forget, what was it, Greer or
Uh,
Lindell, and he does one hand on on the on the
yeah,
pad
that
of the
was
shot. That was
that was
unbelievable.
incredible, right? No, that was incredible. Like, I'm actually looking at the goal visualizer right now on the website. What was that number 77? But anyway, no, that was what a goal! Like, just what a goal!
Yeah. No, and I mean it's just incredible that
Yeah.
for that, just that it goes, it just one hand, it kind of like shovels it. And
Mhm.
this would have been perfect for like Mike Gamble. Shovels it over to the tiny sky,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
through it. It deflects off Mikula, kind of
yeah,
throws off
yeah,
Bobrovsky a little bit, but that
yeah.
still goes through the 5 hole.
hmm I mean, again, like I said, goalies can be hot and cold, and sometimes you gotta have them, but sometimes it just happens. Like, I mean, look, the playoffs are all about making your breaks, and Edmonton clearly found their break. So
A big break indeed. They come back from 3-0 down in this game to win. Courtesy of Jules. Jules, you're supposed to be working, young lady. From Frank Saravalli, Oilers become the first team in Stanley Cup final history
hmm,
to win a game when trailing 3-0 after the first period. Teams that had that led had that lead were 37-0. Now they're 37-1. And for Leon Draisaitl, his fourth overtime game-winning goal. It just
I mean, great players find ways to be really good. I mean, like, what I don't know what else there is to say about that, but like obviously we talk about McDavid a lot and for good reason. But Leon Draisaitl, he's gotten a lot of deserved props in recent years, and he's shown why he's when he steps up, he can really be a difference maker for the Oilers.
yeah, a single postseason playoff record. No one has done. No one has done more overtime goals in a single playoff year
Yeah.
than Leon Draisaitl. I mean,
I mean, dude is just clutch. Like he,
unbelievable.
yeah,
Let's get to the chat here. Kind of seeing what's with ESPN TNT feed and no crowd volume. You know, I think they do a lot of these remotely too, so that might be thrown off. Plus, they also want to make sure if there's nothing inadvertently is said, especially after a goal, after an overtime goal. We've heard that many times. Uh, you know, so we'll see that. Let's see what else do we have in here that from unplanned upgrades. that GWG was a croquet shot between two rackets worth of Panthers legs.
Uh,
Very good, my friend. That is very nice. AO saying McDavid, in my opinion, has been quiet in this series. I'm curious to see what he has done in this. I know he's picked up a bunch of assists. I think he had one
let me
assist
see.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking right
He's
now.
looking.
Yep, he did have one assist tonight. One assist, and let's see what he's got. What series? Um,
He's gotten six assists. He
all
hasn't
right,
scored.
all right, gotcha. Um,
So we'll see. I'm
yeah,
curious.
I
He's been a
mean,
little quiet, and I can
uh,
see why he didn't. Why he said, he's
yeah,
been.
but also like, I mean, he's been a little quiet, but like when he's made his magic. I mean, tonight, what he split the D again and almost got a goal. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, he's like scoreboard wise and stats, or and yeah, like in terms of putting the puck in the net, sure, like he's been quiet, but in terms of like doing things, I
yeah,
think he's been, at least to me, he's been on and off. Like the Panthers have, there have been times when the Panthers have done a really good job of just focusing in on him and just shutting him down and limiting his opportunities. And then there have been times when he's been able to catch them off guard and do his thing. So I mean, it's give or take.
yeah. Let's look at some more comments in the chat. AO saying after this you have to start Pickard for Game 5. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
got to go back to him.
Hmm.
Indeed. Ramon Garcia, another 7-game series incoming.
I mean,
We're,
this was. I mean, I like, for me personally, I thought this was going the distance anyway, so
yeah.
it just makes sense.
My one. I mean, I did pick Oilers in 7, but my one thing that I really predicted, really want, really hope for, Game 7 goes to overtime.
Hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
That would be the most epic one there.
Yeah. Hmm.
In that. Let's see what else we have in here. Looking. I think we got it all. That's more. From McDavid's caliber, expect more. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I think I can see that. To me, I think you still gotta look at both sides, right? Like, I mean, McDavid, yeah, you probably expected more out of his play, but at the same time, again, it's like, look at how the Florida Panthers play. Like, they smother you, right? And one, you turn the puck over once, plays going the other way. Like, this is how they play. So, like, I'm not as hard on Connor McDavid as some people might be. Let's put it that way, and especially Stephanie Smith. If y'all have seen the clip out there with of PK Subban and Stephanie Smith talking about it,
I'm just seeing what else is coming through on here. Chris Johnson saying Corey Perry spoke up during the first intermission when the Oilers were trailing 3-0. Uh,
right.
Fives are high in Edmonton. Just trying to see if there's anything else
Hmm.
that's coming in on here, but no, I don't see anything else. But I mean, shoot, man! Oh, again, another great game. I think it was the third game of 4 that have gone into overtime. We haven't seen that in quite some time, and
And I think that, I don't know about you, but I think that really speaks to how closely matched these two teams are, right? Like,
oh,
I mean,
absolutely,
like, again, the Panthers, or just that team that pressures, but the Oilers, like, I mean, they will pressure as well, and they obviously both teams have speed, and the Oilers know how to use it, and it's such a chess match, right? Like, it's like, when the Panthers strike, the Oilers respond, then you have to adapt, and it's a whole thing. So it's definitely been a really fun series to watch on really just all facets of the game, and yeah, it's been fun.
It's been fun. They're still showing Oilers fans outside of Amerant Bank Arena having a good time. I gotta say, it might be cheaper to actually fly down to Florida for the game, although those tickets aren't cheap either down in South Florida. It's not like the past where where you can get a cheap ticket and such.
I will say this: if the Panthers were hoping for good luck, charm, and Taylor Swift, they didn't get it.
Oh no. Anyway, um, but yeah, just crazy to see and unbelievable. But we are definitely going six.
Yeah.
So we have game five Saturday night, 5 p.m. on TNT down here. Of course, on Sportsnet and CBC over there. Game six, we're going back to Florida. That'll be on Tuesday. And if game seven is necessary, well, it will be. It will be on Friday night, next Friday night, June 20th, in there. So be on the lookout for that. That for sure means that we will have more content for you. Um, uh, we will have more content for you in the meantime. So Saturday night game five, Tuesday night game six. The next night will be our draft preview show with Ian, Jules, and Mark in there. And if it does go game seven, we will talk about awarding the Stanley Cup to somebody on next Friday night. And then get ready. We'll be hitting you hard with a lot of content in between, including, of course, Friday, June 27th, one of our favorite times of the year, the draft show. Will be all over the place with crazy content. Ian and Mark will be breaking down the draft picks. Jules, myself, and AJ will be at the draft party. So say hi. We have a bunch of stuff scheduled for that going on there, and be on the lookout for that.
And I think the Sharks also put out the date for the prospect scrimmage, and I
Yeah.
think that was July 3rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Thursday, July 3rd at 11 a.m. Might be tough for those of you who work a regular 9 to 5 job. But nonetheless, uh, 11 a.m. Texas Arena on July 3rd, the prospect scrimmage, the 2025 prospect scrimmage. We'll be on the lookout for that. And then the off season begins
Yeah,
with a little bit of free agency in between there, which is probably going to be crazy to see a
yeah,
boatload of money giveaway. And who knows, there might be a schedule put out between now and then. So
yeah.
we got a lot of stuff coming for you. So
It's exciting times, and it's exciting times if you're a Sharks fan because if Greer really is gonna stay true to his word and start building around Celebrini, you know what could that mean? I guess stay tuned.
stay tuned indeed because it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, we saw the trade with Chris Kreider going to Anaheim, go down finally on Thursday morning, early Thursday morning. So you kind of got to see where that goes now. Does that start the window? Does that start? Okay, that's the price tag of trying to get out of a deal. It worked again for Mike Greer. It might have made everybody a little hesitant to try to just dump away for future considerations.
And on top of that, could we see more offer sheets?
There's a lot of money in there, and
Hmm.
teams have to have their own draft picks. That's the big key.
Yeah, that is.
So we'll see how that goes down the road. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Uh, Final thoughts, my friend.
Final thoughts. It's just a hell of a this has been a really good Stanley Cup final, in my opinion. Like, I mean, obviously last year's was fun as well, but I think this this year could go down to be a classic if I were to venture out and say so myself. Like this has been just really good. Two really good teams going toe to toe, and obviously the Panthers have time and time again shown what they're made of, but the Oilers have just responded with their own, and it's just been really good hockey.
Yeah, it's been great to enjoy. We get to enjoy at least two more games, maybe three. Uh, and it's just fun to see and fun to watch. So
Indeed.
can't wait for Saturday night for Game 5. We'll be on after that for you. So appreciate each and every one of you joining us. And until then, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real teal. Have a great night, everyone. And hey, remember, in case you missed anything or want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcasts. These games are audio only, but once the cup is in the building, we will go live and we will add it on to the audio portion of it. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, if any news breaks, we will be in the lookout for. We'll be covering that as well. One thing we should mention: congratulations to Macklin Celebrini, named to the All Rookie team today, and a unanimous vote, which is nice to see, my friend.
I would not have expected anything less. Like, I mean, we know what Celebrini is. I think this second year, like, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but if the first year of Celebrini was anything to show about like what he's capable of, then boy, year two, I am super excited. That's what I'll say.
It's a good time indeed,
Hmm.
and we can't wait to get the season going again. But for now, we'll take it easy, and until then, we'll see you following Game 5. I mean, what next?
Gosh,
Seriously, what next in this series? It's going to
yeah.
be a great one. Good night, everyone.